Hi, guys, and welcome to day 17 of the Buddy Dispatch. I'm Sam.
And I'm Aya.
So, as usual, we will just have a quick activity. We'll go over the prompts and then we'll go over the craft. But before that, we just wanted to announce that we are continuing the Buddy Dispatch throughout summer as well. And so, if you have any friends and family that you think would be interested in getting a new buddy or new friend during summer, well, there's not really much to do. Let them know about us and have them apply on our website under the Apply tab, and we'll get you guys all buddies. So, yeah. All right, so the activity that we're doing, this is an activity that we are going to be doing within the actual live session. And so it's an Menti activity, and we just want to see how much you are influenced by all of your different cultures. And so culture isn't just necessarily like ethnic culture. It can be national culture, pop culture, generational culture, socioeconomic culture, and religious culture. And with so many cultures that we have and are like exposed to, we wanted to see like how much each culture how much of each culture do you think like creates who you are? So national culture can be like, if you live in the United States, like that is your national culture. Ethnic culture is just like your ethnicity. Pop culture is just like social media, movies, film, stuff like that. Generational culture, like, are you Gen Z? I'm pretty sure most of us here are Gen Z, but how do you think Gen Z impacts someone versus if someone were a millennial or like Gen X? Next, socioeconomic culture, so where you fall on that spectrum, and then also religious culture.
Okay, so building on that activity, we have some prompts for you to write to your buddy about. So the first one is, how do you separate your cultures from one another, and do they overlap? So based on how you rank those in terms of how much they influence you, do they sort of overlap? Like I think religious and ethnic culture might overlap a little bit, pop culture and generational culture. So do you work to separate one? Like you might try to separate your ethnic culture from your national culture. So you can talk about how that influences you. The second one is, how have you assimilated to different cultures as a result of your environment? So if you've moved from a different city or a different state, there's definitely different cultures in different states. So you can talk about assimilating that way, or just assimilating to the culture here in America if you're from a different country. So you can talk about that. Third one is, to what extent do your cultures influence who you are? So obviously, your ethnic culture, your national culture has a big impact on your identity, but it definitely does not make up who you are entirely. Some people are more influenced by their cultures than others, so you can talk about that as well. And the last one, how has your perception of culture changed over time? I know that when I was younger, I definitely only saw culture as like my ethnic culture, and I never realized that it was so much more than that. And even doing this activity changed my perception a little bit, made me realize how much influence different cultures has on my life. So you can talk about how your perception has changed as well. And so our craft for this week is for you to draw one aspect of your culture or something that represents one of your cultures. So it can be any from the list that we did on the activity, or it can be from any other culture that comes to mind. So here are some examples. We have the sorting hat, which is an example of pop culture from Harry Potter. So if you're a huge Harry Potter fan, you can draw something like that. And then we have this skull from Dia de los Muertos, and that would be your ethnic culture, and you can draw something related to your ethnic culture. Then we have Mickey Mouse, which again is, I would say, pop culture and a bit of American culture. And so you can draw anything that comes to mind that has a big impact on you and your culture and your identity. And you can provide a description for your buddy or not and leave it up to interpretation.
So that's all we have for today's session. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Our next session will be on May 25th. And so we always post a reminder on our Instagram the day before, or you can always just check out our website and check when the next session is if you forget. And don't forget to submit pictures of your letters and crafts for volunteer hours if that's what you're doing. And also check the participants tab on our website for anything else you might need. And that's all. Thank you guys. See you next time.
Thank you.